Whoever we connect with, being more authentic, that is who your true connection is then. I feel hard work finds luck. So if you work hard enough, you'll get lucky at some point. And I feel it's not as easy as you think it'll be, and it's not as hard as you would think it would be. So it's kind of a mix of both things.
What has changed?
Definitely wasn't something I aimed for. And a good friend told me one time, never look at the one thing like A to B. It's the stuff in between, and that was yourself told me that.
The biggest thing that is stressing everybody out is lack of control.
You can build this great empire outside, but inside can be a mess. I listen to a podcast and I'll start walking, and I could walk for hours. Yeah, just like it, and it helps you process when you walk. Process the feelings and just to get it out of your body. For me, my biggest success will be a full content soul, to feel content at your soul, and to have a quiet mind. Financial is very important. I think financial is very important, but I would put my happiness above that.
In the middle of nowhere?
In the middle of nowhere, and it was like a movie. Landed and there was a shed and there was 2 steel beds in the room, and it wasn't clean. There was lots of tears that night, Ryan.
Oh my God. Did you guys sleep though?
And we cried for a few hours and then
And
we
then
slept.
sleep. Okay.
How old were you at the time?
I was 21.
How was that experience? Did that change you in any way?
When I look back on it now, I'm so happy this stuff happened. I'm really happy this stuff happened, but at the time it was tough.
The person who succeeded seen that 3 times already. Once in their head.
Yeah.
So they imagined it, they pictured it. Second time, while they work through it,
Yeah,
because you have to keep your eyes on the goal.
you have to.
And so the person is seeing it, see all the stuff that they have. And then once they have it is when people see it. People think success happens once. And a lot of time question is, how did you get to this
Yeah,
point?
yeah.
And the expectation is you say one thing.
I feel to be grateful for where you're at today and for our health. I think health is something we underestimate all the time.
I was taken to a hospital
Yeah.
and I had to stop work for 1 week. And that moment I realized how quickly everything could switch.
Control my mind, mindful of my situation and thoughts, rewrite my story with the best outcome possible.
Wow.
Okay, that's when I'm down.
That is
That
great.
when something happened and you would in your head you see an outcome that you're gonna go that way, this is gonna happen, you rewrite your story with the best outcome possible.
I'm taking notes after this today.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through the next item because it says wheelbarrows and tools go to site tomorrow. Yeah, we're not gonna go through the rest. We just look at the first item on the top. That
The
I
first
start.
part sounds
The
better.
first part.
Wheelbarrow.
It
That's the part
goes
nobody sees. So the
tilty.
wheelbarrows.
From the green fields of Ireland to Vancouver's bustling streets, today's guest has built more than a career, he's built a life rooted in resilience, health, and meaning. As a leader in construction staffing, he helps solve labor shortages by connecting companies with the people who keep projects moving, making him vital to Vancouver's construction scene. His story goes beyond business, arriving in a new country, starting from scratch, and rising with discipline and purpose. Success, for him, means balance and fulfillment beyond finances. This is a conversation about construction, leadership, and deeper meaning in life. Welcome to Impact.
If you could have any superpower just for a day, what would it be? And what's the first thing you would do with it?
That's a very good question, Ryan.
Just don't say
Yeah.
invisible because that's
Yes.
creepy.
I think I would like to be able to jump forward in the future.
Wow.
Jump forward in the future and tell certain things what you could do differently, and then come back and do it that way.
I love that. Is that
Yeah.
would that be a time machine maybe?
Sort of like Time Machine, yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I think that'd be good.
And what would you do with that?
What would I do?
Would you go back or you forward, you said, right?
I guess what is this? Why would you do that? Like,
Yeah,
do you have anything in mind?
I'd probably buy a load of Bitcoin.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a smart.
Yeah, yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Would you rather wrestle a bear-sized cat, so it's a big cat,
Yes.
or 100 cat-sized bears, so they're tiny bears?
I take the 100
100?
bear-sized cats.
Would you just poke them? Just would be a cute fight, I would think. If aliens landed tomorrow and asked you to show them one thing that explained human,
Yes.
what would you pick?
I'd ask them to go on a trip of mushrooms, and that explains it all in a time
The,
warp.
the humanity and how it works. I like that answer. I like that answer. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming here. I know you
Yeah,
have a very inspiring journey and how you came here and you accomplished a lot of things. It would be great to hear about that.
I understand that you came from Ireland
yeah,
as someone who's coming from a completely different country, different culture. I want to hear how was your journey transition
yeah.
from Ireland to Vancouver, and what was the hardest thing that you had to deal with?
Definitely was a challenge. It was a challenge. Biggest thing was leaving your friends and family from home and moving over to a city to try and re-find yourself. And when you're at home, people know you for who you are.
Yeah,
But when you move to a new city, you sort of have to rebrand yourself.
right. Yeah.
And in the middle of that, then when you're trying to rebrand yourself and who you are, you lose who you actually are trying to do that.
Does Vancouver feel home now?
I feel yes, I feel
It
now
does?
with getting good friends like yourselves
Yeah.
and stuff like that, that's what makes Vancouver home.
Because a lot of people who immigrated from different countries, they feel like they have two different personalities.
Yes.
One personality, like let's say in your case, would be Irish personality
Yeah.
with Irish culture, and then you
Yeah.
come here, and then you have to now have your Canadian
Yeah. I
personalities.
can see that.
Do
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
back and forth, or do you just
Would you believe it? I I used to stay more like Canadian Chris,
right?
but the last wee while I'm trying to become like more of who I actually am because I think it's very important to become or to be more authentically yourself.
100%,
And
I
I
agree.
feel whenever you're more authentic, when you're more authentic, people love that more. And
Absolutely.
and whoever we connect with being more authentic, that is who your true connection is then.
As a successful man in your journey, what obstacles maybe you had to go through to get here?
I would say I had a lot of personal obstacles in my brain, my own holdback, like my own glass ceiling, that I had myself in a glass box and I couldn't see my own potential. Like my own potential in a way of being able to see your own growth. And I kind of thought I was just a construction worker, which which isn't a bad thing. I love being a construction worker and coming from that aspect, but I never seen myself in like the management side of construction.
What has changed?
What has changed?
Was it opportunities that
Yeah,
obviously you pursued and work hard for it halfway through, or um, was it something that you aim for it?
it definitely wasn't something I aimed for. I think it was the right opportunity come up at the right time and just be bold and take the leap
Mhm.
and trust the process.
When an opportunity presented itself, how did you, because a lot of
Yeah,
people are presented with opportunities,
yeah,
but they don't necessarily
yeah,
taking it to the next level. So what did you do to take that opportunity from there to now?
yes.
What did you do different?
I feel when I went into it, I burned the bridge behind me and there was only one way and it was go forward with it. I feel that's what the biggest move on the whole thing was.
That's focus, right?
Yeah,
Just staying
just
focused
focus
on
on the
yeah,
goal and keep going.
yeah.
And I and a good friend told me one time, never look at the one thing like A to B. It's the stuff in between, and that was yourself told me that, and that was a big help. It was a big help.
So you worked in construction and now
Yes,
you're leading a construction company staffing solution and you're helping the labor shortage that we have in BC in general by
yes,
providing qualified staff. You train them. Um, maybe just tell me what experience that you had in construction that you're now bringing to your company and training your staff and
Yeah,
helping the businesses in general.
yeah. I feel one of my biggest powers in that sector was that I was in construction myself. That I started off as a labourer and I worked myself up from labour to skilled labour, carpenter helper to a carpenter, a former carpenter. And then I got an opportunity to be a foreman, and it moved from that then to operations manager of a
Yeah.
labour hire
Yeah.
company.
So it wasn't just one shot, one opportunity. You had to
No,
work through every step.
every step, and yeah, and they weren't easy steps.
Mhm.
And that nervous feeling in your gut when you're moving each wee step. But when you look back now, it's them steps each time that really builds the character and what
Mhm.
you do.
So would you say you believe that success comes with hard work or just as I guess you hear it all the time nowadays, like work is smart and you shouldn't be working hard. What would you say to that?
I kind of come from a family of hard work, but I think it's a mix of both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hard work and
I
opportunity.
think hard work, opportunity, and be open-minded.
In an industry known for long hours, stress, how can leaders encourage health and wellness? And I know you're big into that.
Yes. Uh, for me myself, I like to bring in fitness in the morning before I start a stressful day. I like to do an hour's workout in the mornings
Right.
and also bring in the sauna and the jacuzzi into that as well.
Nice.
Because I feel when I do that in the mornings before work, a stressor is half the size because you get that stress out of your body from a good workout.
How much time do you spend in the morning?
Before work,
Before work, yeah.
an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Yeah,
That's excellent. Do you not
yeah.
feel tired working out in the morning? Because some people feel tired.
Yeah, no, I get energized from it.
You do.
It really sets me day up.
I'm
Really
I'm
sets
the
me day up.
same. I guess it all goes back to whether or not you're a morning person or evening
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Do you see fulfillment as something outside of the world, or is that something that you actually build inside?
For me, and I think for a lot of people, and we mightn't understand this yet, but I think true fulfillment comes from within. And I feel you can build this great empire outside, but inside can be a mess. So I think true fulfillment is a good night's sleep, no anxiety, and to be calm in your soul. I feel it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of meditation, uh, nice walks in nature, and believing in yourself and just connecting with connect. Just it all goes together. You just have to put everything together and try and stay as grounded as possible. Yeah,
It's interesting because I always had problem with meditating
yeah,
as someone who like I have lots of energy and I want things done as fast as
yeah.
possible. For me to sit down and focus was very difficult.
Hmm.
But then this is really interesting because I spoke to this meditation expert, and she told me you don't necessarily have to sit down
Yeah.
and close the door and think about nothing. You could be swimming and meditating. You could be
Yes.
on the mountain and meditating.
Yeah.
So, because I love skiing, one day I tried to see if I can meditate when I was downhill skiing, and it was phenomenal
That is
experience for
incredible.
me. It was incredible, something that I could never imagine for myself to
Whoa.
do.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I think reaching that fulfillment is a long way to go, and
That's
you're
a long
absolutely
way.
right. And
Yeah.
you have to go one step at a time.
Yeah. One step at a time.
Chris, you are always positive. Okay, you don't say anything negative. You want to make sure other people feel good. And there's some sort of a personality in there.
Hmm.
Where is that coming from? Is that something you work on yourself to be like that, or is that something coming from your green Irish blood? Where is that coming from?
It's something that I have been working on for years, and I do try my best to be as positive as possible. But there's days that I'm not. There's days that I'm not. But most of the time, I always try to put your best foot forward in everything that you go to do. It comes from seeing the effects of not being positive, and I have come across some of that sometimes where when you're not positive, that can creep inside you, and that's not good. So it's always good to put your best foot forward and do your best.
Um, the time that you can't be positive for whatever reason,
Yes.
how do you stay away from that negativity? If there's something negative or a person or situation or whatever is in
Yeah.
life, how do you stay away from it and how do you react to it?
Did you ever watch Forrest Gump?
No.
No. When I'm going through a tough time and I can't be positive, I start walking. I listen to a podcast and I'll start walking, and I could walk for hours. Yeah, just like it, and it helps you process when you walk, process the feelings, and just to get it out of your body.
How do you define success in life?
For me, my biggest success will be a full content soul, to feel content at your soul, and to have a quiet mind. I feel for me that's success.
How do you categorize when we look at success as for some people financially, for some people happiness, for some people maybe other stuff.
Yeah.
How do you categorize um, the success?
I do want money now. uh, Financial is very important. I think financial is very important, but I would put my happiness above that. I think for that happiness and contentment is very important for me. That's my number one. I would take that over it all. It's funny when people see you here in Canada now, and they think, oh, it's easy for Chris. He's doing okay, or whatever the case is. They don't know the stories
They don't.
or the challenges it took to even get this far.
Yeah.
I seen one of my jobs. I applied for a job in Australia, and I had no money in Australia either, by the way. So one of the employers was supplying accommodation, and I thought that was great.
That was good.
It was
Yeah.
like I'm on a win-win. I have a job and they supply accommodation. And I landed, and we're driving down this dirt road, and down the dirt road, and there was a shed.
Oh
And
wow.
I was like, no way. This isn't where I'm
In
going.
the middle of
In the
nowhere.
middle of nowhere. And it was like a movie. Landed, and there was a shed, and there was two steel beds in the room, and it wasn't clean. There was lots of tears that night, Ryan.
Oh my God. Did you guys sleep though?
And we cried for a few hours, and then
And
we
then they
slept.
sleep. Okay.
How old were you at the time?
I was 21.
20. That's
21.
tough.
I know.
Fresh
I know.
from the first time you get out of your parents' home.
Fresh from my mum's cooking
I
in the
know.
clean beds
Yeah,
to that.
yeah.
Wasn't good.
What was that like? How was that experience? Did that change you in any way?
When I look back at it now, I'm so happy this stuff happened. I'm really happy this stuff happened, but at the time it was tough
Right.
because this was me moving forward for a better life
Yes.
and opportunities. And I felt I took like 50 steps back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. So after that, I moved back to Ireland, and I moved there for about a year and a half. And I got an opportunity in London. Now, most Irish men back in the day, when they hear London, they think in money, and it's pound sterling. So it's good. I moved there, and accommodation was supplied again. You would think I would have
Is
learned
it
my
the same
lesson.
guy?
Different guy.
Okay.
Different guy, but he was every bit as bad.
Oh man.
I landed, and it was one bedroom, but there was three mattresses on the floor. And
Better than two.
better than two. For three guys, better than two.
Mattresses on the
Mattresses
floor.
on the
Was
floor.
it in a I guess in the city
It
or
was in the cellar of a bar,
Mm.
which was great if you needed a pint. You just went
I guess you
upstairs.
needed that, right? You
Exactly,
need to
yeah.
get drunk to be
Yeah,
sleep
to
in
get through that. Yeah.
So back to your what you said. Yes, a lot of people see success and they think that happened once.
Yeah.
I usually say you always like the success that people see
Hmm.
in any stages of anyone. It's the person who succeeded seen that 3 times already.
Mm,
Once in their head,
yeah.
so they imagined it, they pictured it. Second time, while they work through it,
Yeah.
because you have to keep your eyes on the goal.
You have to.
And so the person is seeing it, see all the stuff that they have, and then once they have it is when people see it.
Yeah.
So a lot of my experience when I'm talking to different people, and I see the perspective is always people think success happens once, and a lot of time question is,
Mm.
how did you get to this
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
And the expectation is you say one thing,
Yeah.
either you bought Bitcoin, maybe. So the expectation is one thing.
Yes.
It's never a lot of multiple things
Yeah.
or challenges back to back.
Yeah.
Um, any other stories like that? Maybe
Uh,
4 mattresses on the floor this time.
and in that same story, I remember one time I was coming back from a shower. It was like there was lots of these rooms. It was all tradesmen from all over the place, and I was coming back. I went to get a shower, so I went with a towel. I had to walk down the corridor, come back out. Now I only left the room with a towel. I landed back. The guys had went to the pub, and they left me a note saying, "Gone to the pub. Come and join us when you're done." The door was locked. I had no clothes, so I had to go up to the pub in a towel. That
That's
was a
funny.
funny one. That was a funny one. Yes.
And then you had another story with the snake. Where
The
was that?
snake. Yeah. I'm scared of snakes too, by the way. So just landed at this elite accommodation that I got supplied in Australia, and there was just a shed, and I needed to go to the toilet and go for a shower and stuff. So I went outside and opened the shower curtain, snake skin and stuff in
Right
the
in the
shower.
middle.
That was me. There was no shower in there.
Oh my God.
From the sink, shower from the sink.
But how long were you there in that accommodation? Was it
I was there for 3 months.
so you did not quit?
No, no, you can't quit.
You just you became friend with the snake, I guess. You
Me
just
and the
like
snakes become
come
good
to the
friends.
mattress. There is another
Do you
mattress
have
for you.
photos with with
I
the
do have
snake?
pictures, yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I do
share
have
that
pictures.
probably
Yeah,
then.
we'll share that.
What's one question you wish people ask you more often?
How often do you shave your head?
Sounds like a lot of work. Good answer. What is on your daily to-do list? What is that the action item that you keep writing, especially when it comes to your personal development?
I feel to be grateful for where you're at today and for our health. I think health is something we underestimate all the time, and it can change in a second.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for good health and thank God for it. And I'm grateful for, I think practice gratitude is key. It's key.
100%.
It's
And
key.
honestly,
Gratitude.
I
Yeah.
experience, I'm not sure if you've ever had a shocking moment in your life as far as health, but at one point, I um, was taken to a hospital
Yeah,
and I had to stop work for 1 week. And that moment, I realized how quickly everything could switch
yeah.
back to nothing.
And that's scary.
That's scary.
That's scary.
So I'm going to ask you, Ryan, what
Years
is it
back.
on your to-do list?
So I opened my to-do list actually. In fact, I'm the first one on the top here. It says, control my mind, mindful of my situation and thoughts, rewrite my story with the best outcome possible.
Wow.
Okay. That's when I'm down.
That is
That
great.
when something happened
Oh,
and you would in your head you see an outcome that you're gonna go that way. This is gonna happen. You rewrite your story with the best outcome possible.
I'm taking notes after this today.
I'm
That
gonna
is
share this. I'm gonna
great.
share this
That
the
is
whole
great.
to-do list here. And then power of perspective, how important it is. Discipline that aligns with my values.
Mm,
So it's not every discipline.
yeah,
So you would start from your values, 4, 5, whatever it is, and then having discipline toward those only, because everything else doesn't matter.
yeah,
So if your values are health and wellness, relationship, um, other stuff that you like, you would have to write your discipline toward those values.
Yeah.
Everything else is waste of time. I
Yeah.
don't want to go through the next item because it says wheelbarrows and tools go to site tomorrow. Yeah, we're not gonna go through the rest. We just look at the first item on the top that
The
I
first
start.
part sounds
The
better.
first part, it
Wheelbarrow.
just it
That's the part
goes
nobody sees. So the
Hilti,
wheelbarrows.
that there's a Hilti tool somewhere. I want to thank you again for the time you
Thank you.
Oh,
put in
thank you
here
Yes,
both for
today.
of
having me here
course.
today. It's been amazing.
I know you're very busy, especially today. I think your family and your
Yeah, I
cousin
have a
is here.
cousin flew in today. Yeah.
I hope he's not waiting outside somewhere.
He's fine. He's just out there.
Behind the tree somewhere there. But I appreciate it. Really,
No,
thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
It's a real pleasure. It's a real pleasure to be here with
Always
both of
good
you.
to
So
have you here.
Always great to
yeah,
have you here.
I always
Always.
love catching up with both of you. So thank you.